Okay, good morning, students.
Good morning.
How are you doing? How was your weekend? Hopefully you're doing well and you are progressing well. I'm very happy that most of you attempted the last assignment and the result is quite amazing. So I want you to give yourself a round of applause. You are doing very well. Yeah, you know, mathematics is a systematic approach, and the more you try, the more you get improvement. So we will just continue from where we stopped last week. If you remember vividly, when we talked about fractions in our last class, we mentioned that a fraction can be divisible or it is being represented in the form of a over b. And we know that when you represent something in the form of a over b, it helps us to, it is just a way of collecting the data that help us to solve issues or problems in mathematics. And we also mentioned that the denominator, you know, fraction involves the numerator. Then we have the denominator. But we said that this denominator, which is b here, cannot be equal to 0. Why? Because when something is equal to 0, it simply means that that particular function or whatever it is undefined. And I told you that when we talk about fractions, we'll be dealing with different operations. And those operations will involve addition, it will involve subtraction, it will involve division, and so many other, etc., etc. So we have both of all this, and we have already covered addition. So today our focus is to be on subtraction. So we'll be dealing on operations on fractions, on subtractions. Good. Assuming that you were on a journey somewhere with your friends and then you come across this beautiful flower that you want to buy, and this flower is cost at around 200 shillings, and maybe you are having only 100 bob, but your friends have 50, three of them, so they are having 50. What are you going to do? You have only 100 bob, but what you want to buy costs 200 bob. But you have your friends around who can actually help you with 50-50. So what will you do? Judge?
You borrow.
You will borrow, eh? So when you borrow those 50-50 and add up together, it gives you the whole number that you want, and that is what we call fraction. Fraction is a collection of different numbers and make it a whole in order to meet a particular need. So that is what we mean in these particular questions. Mathematics, it is good when we do math, we don't focus on just calculation, but we try to relate mathematics in real life. How is it applicable? How is it going to help us and all that? So that is all we are going to do. So I have my teaching aid, and I'll be showing you something here. In fraction, we have 5 over 7, and we have minus 3 over 7. If you look at these two fractions, our aim is to subtract both of them, but then it is having the same denominator. When you are given a fraction that involves the same denominator, it means that you just take any of them to be the LCM. and then you operate on the denominator. So it will become easy. You know, we start from the simple and then we move towards the complex. So let us see what we are supposed to do here. We have 5/7 and we have 3/7. Now, our LCM here is what? 7. Because if you observe, we are having the same denominator. So we just take 7 as our common LCM. And then we have 5 minus 3. 5 minus 3. So 5 minus 3 will give you what? 2. So you will have 2. 2 over what? 7. This is what we are supposed to do. So you simply bring them together, find the LCM, then subtract the numerator, and then you are good to go. And this is our first example. Let us also look at here clearly. Hope all of you can see this. Now, in this circle, the whole of this circle here involves a whole number, which is 1. If you divide it into 2, you will have a half and a half. Now, what if you divide it into, this is 1, 2, 3, 4. It means 4 parts. But here now, since it is 4 parts, this half here will give us a quarter, which is 1/4. And then we have 3/4. The idea here is to demonstrate how we can use this operation that we call fractions. Now we have 3/4 minus this quarter here, which will give us a half. And if you take this half, add it to 1/4 and 3/4, you will simply get the whole, which is equals to 1. So the idea is to help us know how to manipulate fractions. And how to do it is by trying to collect what you have and try to see what is the denominator and what actually are you going to use in order to make what you want to work. So I will give you one work you do in pairs, then we conclude the class. Here. Assuming you have this question, 5/8 minus 3/10. So what we are supposed to do there, try to work in pairs. Try to see what you can do there as I move around and see what you're doing in your book. You can see you are getting the concept. Here we are having 5/8 minus 3/10. 5/8 minus 3/10. We should be doing something. 5/8 minus 3/10. Most of you are getting the same answer, which is quite impressive. Actually, if you observe from our previous question, we have the same denominator. It makes it very easy for us to solve. But here, the denominator is different. If you multiply 8 by 10, you get what? 80. 8 multiplied by 10 will give you 80, but we know that 80 will not be divisible by both of them. So we find the common LCM. The common LCM will be what? 40. It will be what? 40. It will be 40. Good. So what we simply need to do is 40 will go into this. This will go into 40 and you get what? 5. 5 multiplied by 5? 25. You have 25. 10 will go into this, you get what? 4. 4 multiplied by this? 12. So you have minus 12. So 25 minus 12 will give you
13 out of 40.
So it is 13 out of 40. Can we divide this into? So our answer will be 13 out of 40. And that is exactly what we are supposed to do. For your assignment, I want you to note it down. KLB book 1. KLB, that is mathematics book 1, page 48. KLB book 1, page 48. Do exercise 7.3, question number 4 and 5A. And make sure you do the assignment, and I want to have it in my desk first thing from tomorrow morning. Have a blessed day. Thank you.
Thank you.